we ran this GDG, and all of a sudden you're not interested. Why?
No, that's not about GDG. We are in the. No, that's not the GDG. My main thing starts with the C4D lab. All this is C4D lab.
No. Let's go back.
They're related.
They are. We'll get to C4D lab. Yes. This is now you are doing the hackathons, you're doing the meetups. But I can't remember. But for me, I think I also saw that the direction is changing. It's not what I envisioned, because for me, it's more of decentralizing power and ensuring that every person who comes to the community, they feel that they also own it. But that was not the case with the GDG. I feel like to some extent it scaled so fast.
Oh, like that's the problem. We always victims to our own success.
It scaled so fast and we lost that direction. That's according to me. That's why even I was like,
because we wanted to be all about the numbers, because we were hitting 3K, I think. At some point when I was leaving, we were hitting 3K. But I wasn't leaving for that. Like, why I left? So for me, when my community stuff was not even about GDG. My community stuff was anything about the community will do it. It was like, remember, even I will come to Nairobi. It was anything about the community will do it. So I was in GDG. There's this other guy who used to do something called CMS Africa. We used to work a lot with them.
Is it called Adero? Is this the same guy? Or?
Yeah, there's such a name, but not Adero. I've forgotten his name. If you check CMS Africa. So anything for the community, I will do. So... But when I was leaving C4D lab, it's like which is a really long story.
I see time is running out, but I want us to tell this story, right? So we started going to hackathons, and one of the hackathons that we went is Garage 48, where we built some interesting cool stuff. Masomo Moja, you remember? Tell us, you are the chief engineer there. Tell us about that. Tell us about that a little bit.
What?
Then we met this guy from
e-learning platform.
Baringo.
Yes, the guy who was called Baringo, what? Nectar something.
So there was all that. And I'll be honest. So things like Hiab initially, it was like there's free food. I got to meet like serious engineers from YouTube. Marissa Maya. The Google chairman. What is his name?
I forgot his name. I know who you're talking about.
All these guys used to come at IAB when they are around in Kenya. And there's one question that fascinated me. If all these serious guys who otherwise you would never meet, doesn't matter who you are.
Like the real movers are shakers.
Well, that's debatable. So if you could not meet this, but they could find time for the community. That's the first time I realized how powerful community is. That was my aha moment with the community. So I thought, because for me, even when I joined university, I was like, I wanted to make some sort of change. And given my circumstances and everything, I thought that change would be. Maybe you have ever had this conversation while driving and I didn't answer your question.
Okay.
Was how fascinating tech is. From the entry point, the capital you need, and how much you can do with it. So I thought this actually can be a game changer. Maybe, I think the question was, why are you so committed in the community? You should write a book around it. But for me, it was like, oh my goodness. So I can make a real change even without getting those big positions and everything, just through the community.
Yes. And actually, then coming to think about it, I was telling you, you're saying you have done 7 years of athletics, but you've done community 10 years now.
Actually, 13 years.
Since
2010.
Yes.
Since
So you're doing the deep
because we started with GDG, and then we formed Nairobi.
13 years.
And then now do you know Nairobi is Africa Ruby community, so we're scaling across Africa.
Oh, it's no longer. Even the domain has changed.
Now Nairobi is just part of ARC.
ARC.
Yeah, we'll be launching that website anytime.
ARC?
ARC.org or Africa. I'll share
That
it.
would be nice to have
because
ARC.Africa.
they're not yet. that might not be available because that's
maybe.
yeah.
And 3 liters is so hard to get them. Yeah, they're
So
really expensive.
we'll try to find something that's nice, and I'll share by the way, so that at least you see. And I believe everyone should be doing community, including government. Actually, we're having this discussion.
The government should have more incentive because they're getting tax, and the community is all about spreading the love, spreading
exactly. You know, we are thinking
equity basically. Yeah.
We were thinking this coming from Kisii that William Ruto should be in the hackathons every Saturday.
For real,
I'm serious about it. No, not to show seriousness, to be part and parcel of the process. What does this do? He start investing in innovation. Every time there's a budget to now even the school projects that we do that are really potential, we grow them. Then he should be able to understand how tech works and because even to some extent I was feeling like we should have diplomatic passports for entrepreneurs.
Yes, you push for that.
There's no reason. I'm pushing for it right now. There's no reason why you should not have that, because at the end of the day, that also encourages you to go out there, raise funds, go out there, meet other entrepreneurs, go out there and bring business. You know, because the people who have diplomatic passport, most of the time I feel like there's not much value they have for it. They're already there. Yeah. But entrepreneurs are the guys who bring new business. Look at even Mark or Jack Dorsey or Elon Musk. When these guys were entrepreneurs, they were that hungry. Look where they are a couple of years down the line. Some of them less than 30 years down the line.
And the ripple effect, of course.
The ripple effect. The guys they hire across the world.
Yes.
So it shows you the most important thing in the ecosystem is tech. I'm not saying other industries are not important, but also tech goes into other industries.
Yes, because the good thing tech has permitted. Tech is becoming like air and water, like it's everywhere.
Yes. So this time we go to the hackathons. We win a couple of them. We lose a couple of them. But we learn. At the end of the day, we learn.
Like it was just, I miss those days.
Yeah. We could spend 48 hours straight.
Like you say, man, let me sleep a little bit. We'll finish that. Then you sleep. You wake up, it's 4 hours to the presentation, and now
you have to
you're trying to do everything. Trying to do everything.
And we meet
interesting people. Really awesome.
Yeah, we meet interesting people in the ecosystem.
Then connections and just
it
was awesome.
And the most interesting thing is that now I start running communities seriously. So I started with BlackBerry.
Why did I forget? Tell BlackBerry.
Yeah, I started with BlackBerry. And this way I get an opportunity to even meet Jack in Amsterdam. Maybe you don't know about this, but we met there when we went.
But I know you became a globetrotter. I think you really traveled. Between me and who was the first one to travel because of community? When was your first flight?
I think 2012.
Yeah, you were the first one. Because for me, 2013, Google I.O.
Yes,
so you were I remember you went. You were the first one to fly out because of community stuff.
And that for me was a high-opening event because I met like a 20-something guy, 20 or 18. I'm not sure. Really young guy who had a dev shop that used to build BlackBerry apps, especially in weather, agriculture. In Europe, I think he was based in UK. And this guy had employed 24 guys. Some of them older than him. And it affirmed what I had thought. You know, some of these things you're just like, you're like, I want to do this, but you don't know why. And then you see your why. And you're like, come on now. Me, I saw my first computer when I joined university. Now I ask myself, what if we lower this barrier that a primary school kid can code? And this is happening. It might not be through me, but the community has one thing that people don't know, the ripple effect. Yes. You'll go meet a guy in Kisii, he likes what you're doing, he start doing it in their village. Exactly. What happens? The magic happens. Yeah. When I started doing this, there was no serious engineering fang. We call them fang.
Fangs, yeah.
In Africa.
There was no fang, any fang.
I mean, in Kenya. In Africa, of course, there was South Africa, in Amazon.
But even they're doing operation mostly.
Yes. And
not really tech dev. Yeah.
But right now we have like 4 or 5 of these serious engineering hubs. So it's happening. That's what I'm happy about. But I feel like we have not scratched the surface. But fast forward. you finish your undergrad, and then you join C4D.
Yeah, so finish my undergrad, and then one lecturer asked me, which was that Dr. Nga, whether I'm interested in maybe staying back in faculty. Like, hey, it hit me like, wait a minute. Is when I noticed like maybe this thing is coming full circle, because when I joined, even people don't know how this name Professor started. This name is sort of, I gave myself first and then people started calling me. So the name was on my email. My email was Prof Nandaa at Gmail. I just put it that way. I don't know what made me to put like. I think that there's a particular moment in time that I thought I'll be a lecturer. Then I think I went back to. I think when I came to university, I wanted to be actually a professor. I think. Yeah, I think that was the thing. Then just seeing how, so I was underwhelmed by. Like, oh, is this all about? Like,
this is not worth it.
I don't know. Let me go to the dev stuff. Yeah. So, but my email already profnanda at Gmail. And that time, Gmail could allow you to have even first name. So my first name I put as Prof. This day I saw that they don't allow. Like you cannot write Prof as first name. So first name was Prof. Second name was Nandaa. So even some people used to think that maybe my parents named me Prof. Some people, right? But the guys who really made this name really permeate is first, it was the guys I was working with at WebTribe. They really were calling me Prof. And then now this guy who was doing masters, he will come to school and ask, do you know this guy called Prof? Like who is that?
Someone will just think he's a lecturer.
Yeah. So that's how the name was. And then, so when he fast forward, Dr. Wanjiku asked me whether I would like to stay back in school. I said, oh, let me go think about it. Then when I thought about it, I was like, maybe this actually was meant to happen. So I decided, enrolled for my master's, and I also start helping with the C4D lab. Because that time, I think they're also getting me because I was really active with community and trying to, that time, we were saying, why can't students build products that some of them can venture into businesses as opposed to looking for work. Like some of them who want to build stuff. Because university has resources, you can start in uni on a very half rates, maybe paying 4,000 in 3 months. You can add, and you're a student. You can actually work on a very nice startup and maybe scale. So that was how we were thinking. Of course, they will be done. We will have done better in terms of getting better structures that see end to end, not just to build something and then. But I noticed that time I thought you just build something and it flies. But now of course life teaches you even through my Kazi Plus platform, which I can talk about a little bit about it, was I noticed that running a business is not just about the tech first. There is tech plus operations plus everything. Yeah. So 2 years I was there, but
you used to teach code.
Yeah, I used to do boot camps for students. So I'll do boot camps. Actually, let me give this story so that it's very clear. When this time, you are more excited than the students. You feel like, man, these guys, whatever I'm teaching them, I wish I had this kind of stuff when I was doing. This definitely is a no-brainer. Everyone will like it. So I do the first session or the first 2 sessions. Everyone, the room is full packed. People are coming to learn. But then, students notice that this thing is not a course in there.
They'll not be tested.
Yeah.
And they'll not. It doesn't contribute.
It's not coming in the exam. Oh my, you don't need it. So what happens? The guys I end up with around 10 guys. And one thing I like about it is that all the 10 guys, I can name all of them and they're somewhere doing
really
stuff.
well.
Yeah. Some most are either in Microsoft, Google, AWS. All of them I can be sure rest assured. All of them almost it's like magical. But so when it reduced to almost from a class of 60, 40 thereabouts to a class of 10, I started getting discouraged in terms of
even the psych drops.
Are
you doing the right thing?
Yeah, and then I'm wondering these students they are just trained to
cram and
do the exam, and that's the system is already it's giving them that opium. So I just said, okay, I think this is not how I need to end. be a professor one day, and then that's all you accrue. So this kind of so actually students are the ones actually who motivated me to leave school. Yeah, like I feel like it's not meeting my purpose. I think I had very high expectations. I was seeing like great guys coming out, like I just have like 40 engineers, awesome guys doing stuff, but students are not really well. And I'm seeing even still like up to now, like students, they want to be pushed a lot. Like I don't know why, but sometimes when they get out, then life beats them. Is when they start looking. I see guys looking for me, like, oh, I'm doing an interview 2 years after campus, like things that you should have been doing, like when you're in campus, and then you are. So I don't know how much I can help you. I can
At
just,
that point,
the easy thing I just give you, go check out late code, check out that. But there are things that you miss when people should actually the guys who are in school, they should know. There are things that when you can only do best when you're in school.
Yes.
You can only do when you come out, you have rent, you have bills to pay, you have this, you have that. You have I even mentioned like you have a girlfriend, you have to take them out. Sometimes even being single in campus is actually
Chief,
awesome.
tell them this. When you finish school, I don't know if you guys were paying $6 per day, but you come and ask me, hey, MK, where can I get a house that I can start life? And there, I'm almost finishing my school, right? So I tell you, okay, there is this place that we live. We have like a single room.
I like that. That was
3K per month. 3K. That's a lot. That's a lot. But I'm looking for like a one bedroom. I'm like that one will check with that. Was it 10K or 8K? How much did you pay?
Comes there. I don't remember the exact, but maybe 5-6.
5-6. It was fair.
But it was bad.
But also you had to share to be able to afford. That's what people don't know.
So like
with Munyaga is another self-taught dev. Yeah.
Which now is like he went back to still CTO at Jambo Pay.
Yes. From self-taught to CTO. These people, there's something that people don't know. If you have the drive, if you are committed, you'll get there. It's only that some guys nowadays I see they're not patient. They act entitled. I think also it's a generational problem, and social media has contributed that a lot.
So I'm just learning to see how we can bring this new generation guys to just people call them this Gen Z, Gen whatever, but I don't know how you even Prof really we talk with Professor Magash a lot, and he always tells me like, hey Prof, I want you to come to school and just talk to these guys. Like some of them are not serious. Like there's a story he gives me, a student. Just recently, he called him. He said, Mwalimu, I'm sorry, I won't make it for the exam today. You made an exam, just a cut.
Main exam.
No, I think cut, either cut or exam, but an exam. I won't make it. I'm taking my little sister to school and I'm doing Form 1. Please just organize for me another. I'll do it any day. Any day I'll do it.
Oh my God.
Any day I'll do it. I was just like, am I hearing right? Any day I'll do it, Limo Prof. Just organize for me any day I'll do it. But for today
I'm busy.
I'm busy. So that's the generation we're dealing with. Like guys they look at things so differently. So but I think social media is the one that has really contributed to it. Like people because people will show you the glamorous side you can make this. Yeah, even guys will show you like, I make YouTube. Right now I have a YouTube channel. And I can see how much it takes to grow a YouTube channel. So you just think, I want to be an influencer.
And I've recorded the whole year content. We're struggling to get 200 subscribers. 200.
But
and I have a reach. This is one thing that people should know. I have a reach of almost maybe 100,000 people in Africa. And 200 of them only have subscribed. And also tell them this, because this is the time you see you come, you're starting out. I give you my stove.
Many even like you listen, let me tell the
please
story. It's better for me to tell than you.
So that they don't think that just started. He graduated. He went to this place, and it's good.
So you remember, guys, I told you I was a village boy coming to Nairobi. Of course, I had a brother here, but I wouldn't stay with him a lot. I prefer just to be in school. So all my 4 years. I'm spending just in school actually. I was going home very little time. Like I would go maybe 1-2 weeks. And then
that is in Lugulu.
Lugulu. I'll go in Lugulu maybe 1 or 2 weeks in Christmas. Like 1 or 2 weeks in a year. but most of my time is
in school.
campus. So when the schools close, what happens? The school, the SWA, because Student Welfare Association, they'll give you they can give you a room. You can pay for a room. I don't know afford. That's why even I was asking you about the 3K. How come 3K is not out? Because we're doing 4K or 3K in 3 months. When guys are going for long holiday.
We're like, we're wondering, 3K in a month.
So I was living in a bubble. So all my 4 years is in a bubble, in a school bubble. Very people should know that we were eating. So this time you are cooking your food and doing all that.
Me, I'm already
the school of hard knocks. For me, I'm eating ugali, 6 bob ugali with about 12 shillings. You eat lunch. With 100 bob, you can stay for a whole week.
Yes,
100 bob, like in Minnesota, like 100. Yeah. I remember for me now because of the gigs now. For real, I don't remember a day I was broke in school, but broke it because of the economy. It was a simple economy, right? I was never broke because of the big gigs I was doing. But when I came out, then I noticed like what brokeness means, because now you have all this. You
have like 10K, beats. But you're still broke.
Yes,
in a week.
So when now I'm getting out, I'm wondering where can I go now to school? And then it looks funny when you're finished for tea and you're still hanging around. It looks so funny. What they do?
Funny, this guy, what's up?
So actually, I started. I started by 2 weeks when I was still looking, and then I think you hooked me up with the place. The place in Ngando.
Yes,
right?
Wanye, not Ngando.
Ngando is the upper part. Even Ngando is like Kuomoka actually.
No, Ngando right now is Kuomoka because they're big, but Ngando then was really bad than Wanye.
Oh, before those Chinese flats were being built, that time we just go there.
Right now, if you go there, it's really crazy. It's looking good. The Ngando side.
Yeah. So I went there. Was the Mzee your relative?
No.
But Mzee, I didn't miss him.
We looked for the place. We literally look for a place to rent. You see how you look for a new house to move? That's what we did. By foot. My friend, the dust was from the knee to the toes. Because you are going to a place, you're told a single or bed sitter is like 10K. Chief, you are like trying to maximize that 10K to serve you at least 3 months. So the first time we ganged up like 5 guys. Some of them were doing education. So we got a 2-bedroom. But now the life that we're living there, even the sitting room was a bedroom. Actually, I took the sitting room and I laid my mattress on the ground. Pale ilikuwa mambo mbaya. Then we realized, some of these guys are not paying the rent on time. So he used to complain a lot. So I decided, because...
it was the same place. I thought it was
the same place. Just behind. Yeah, there's a new bedroom there. And now one of those guys was a relative to the Mzee, but he was also paying rent. He was called Kimathi. He was doing education, BSc education. So we decided, and you see, for him, he could sometime, Mzee could just, minus that. But for us, you have to pay. So I told Banta, Chief, I don't like this. Sometimes it's not good to be always anxious that, because someone else, and we're all struggling. Actually, we were struggling more than anyone else. Okay, I was struggling more than anyone else, but I could still make my rent. Sometimes I could delay but make arrangements, like I'll pay in lump sum. And I used to do that because I was an entrepreneur from first. You decided to be an entrepreneur from first year. Me, I was an entrepreneur after, I think,
primary.
Yeah, because in primary I used to do farming.
Oh, the farming.
Yeah.
And even right now, you're planning to do farming, right? Because last time you gave me a chicken.
Yes, I did. I'll give that story. Nairobi shamba la man. So immediately after high school, I wrote some plays. I was a playwright. And I happened to sell one of those plays exorbitantly, my friend. And it happened to go up to provincial level. So that's a story I'll tell you. Sometimes I tell these stories and I feel like maybe it's about time. So fast forward, we decided with Banta, let's take a single room. We decided one bed this side. Now we could even afford a bed, one bed this side. And then we go the stove. Okay,
you guys were well off. You guys were in 2-bed, right?
No.
For us, we came to go to one bed.
Exactly.
Was it 2-bed?
But I think we started from the ground.
Right from the bottom.
From the bottom. Now we were somewhere. So that's how it happened. And then we bought the stove. And then over time, we got the Meko, the gas cooker, the small one. So when you came in, we were like, this is our chief. Let's
we're coming and you used to like going to club to eat or you go to the mess. Not even sometimes it does not hit you like you need a stove and so you come
somewhere to cook. Yeah.
Even I don't know to you gave me everything. You gave me everything to like this cook. You gave me the sufuria, the stove, and then you started cooking a little bit. But we were going to also sometimes we go to that kibanda.
Yeah, we used
Baraka,
also to eat a lot.
Baraka Hotel there.
Those kibandas.
Go and eat Baraka Hotel. So okay, this is maybe you should we'll cut off this if it does not make sense because that's a funny thing. When we meet with Munyaga, we always talk about it. And even Nation. But Nation now is he was in he served in the army, US Army, and now even he left. Now he's the guard. And Nation,
he flew out. Nice.
US Army. So every time we talk, like always remember the story,
that life.
The day we were going to eat, or you buy something. Then coming back, we see something a smoke. We were like, what's happening here? It was our place.
What I do that?
We had left, I think, the stove or something. So there was some fire, but it wasn't really bad. We just turned off. At that time, I think you were not around.
No, I wasn't.
We never told it because it was just it was just a small fire.
I never knew about that. You guys could have brought a lot of people back to square zero. But that's the story. And there's one thing I like saying, and it's not just to be like, what I'm saying, it's not boosting.
Yeah, you have
like
to
the guys we meet, they end up making it real big. Even in the community, I tell guys this and then they're like, "Kwani, when in nani?" But the truth is, I meet people with clean heart. Like I want everyone to make, and everyone can make it because I live in the world where there's enough for 8 billion people and more. It doesn't mean because Nandaa wins, I lose. It's not a zero-sum game.
That's true.
So I'm proud to hear that. And even I saw it, CTO. You're telling me now Nation is served in the military, now he's in the arms guard.
In the National Guard.
National Guard, which is actually the highest. It's one of the highest in the military ranks, I think. So it's amazing. So you start from there. And now you are...
Actually, I was there when I was working at C4D Lab.
That's C4D Lab. And doing your masters.
And doing my masters. I remember
And then we moved.
You guys left us to Jump Park.
Jump Park.
As we stayed back a little bit, and then at some point, I think we stayed there for longer, and then we went our ways. And actually, I think got another place. Munyaga also, and myself got Kino. I think after getting the C4D job, now I think I could afford they were paying a bit well. So
I think when you were there, you were not getting the job.
Yeah, I was getting. No, but I was still working with Prof. I was working now with Prof.
Oh, those side projects.
I was just doing more of
research.
No, we were doing I was helping with the website. Climate change stuff. So just website and as at least the one who helped me get that deal because he was saying you just be patient. We were working with the Senate and all that to get you that approval because they had to get the budget for a grant assistant. So my interview was more of like a sort of. They did my interview, but it was just formality because
now I moved from Jump Park, I go to Jamhuri, and then I go to Embakasi. And then you call me one day. Is it call you wrote me an email or something? Let me see.
You can get it. Most like the good thing was so these things are on the high or somewhere on storage.
Let me see. Did you write me an email or you called me?
Most likely it was an email. I was not good at calling, even up to now. Most likely it might have been an email. Or maybe I called you but quickly, but anything, even the maybe first meeting how we set it up must have been an email. That's like the time I tell you you can come at C4D Lab or something.
Yeah, because...
we're looking for someone,
You know me, I didn't know the backstory. So what was that discussion before you guys called me? With the C4D Lab guys?
I think it was more of...
because even then, Dr. Nganga wasn't that involved.
We needed outreach. Even Dr. Nganga left a little bit for the other CICD. Are they called CICD or the guy is Center of Disease Control, CDC? She went for a CDC job somewhere in Uganda for some time. but we called you to come help us with community stuff.
Then I meet you guys with the.
And I remember I told Dr. Tony that, hey, if we are looking for someone for community, like if we can convince this guy to, I know we not have, I told you we will not afford you. I might told you. Do you remember?
Chief, you can pitch.
I will not afford you, but even try and even part time. You do your stuff, whatever that you're doing, do your stuff part. Come and help us. Set up this community. Then, but I think we worked shortly thereafter I left. I think. After maybe was it a year?
A year
overlapping,
also.
yeah. But I left you there now. Now you want to tell me what really happened there after that, but
no, the interesting stuff that I remember is that out of the 9 startups that we had there, one of them actually raised 42 million last year.
That's
US
Chura.
dollars.
That's Chura.
No, that's Market Force.
Market Force was there.
It wasn't Market Force
That
then,
time,
but
they're calling it Mesozi.
Yeah. So they and by the way, we lost him one of these fine days. He came and shared his story how they used to apply for tenders. Chura also is not doing bad because it also has another startup that is doing fintech.
Yeah, Chums.
Yeah. There's the other guy who used to do, I can't remember what he used to do, but now he does shared lockers across different towns.
And the guy Mover Studio, I just keep seeing the email.
Mover Studio.
What happened to him? He wanted to do some game stuff and also. But he
Who are
must
these
be
guys?
somewhere. Mover were the first guys that were not computer science guys, but they came.
Yeah.
Remember?
They were outsiders, right?
Outsiders, the first
So
outsiders.
he has an academy and a dev shop in Juja. I visited him a couple of times. Maybe we need to visit him and see what he's doing.
Yeah.
And right now he's training devs. Some of the best devs like Juma Alan have gone through his course.
What?
Yeah. So he got an internship there, and he says that's part of what shaped him. So all these guys, as much as maybe the startup don't exist in that form, they went to do great stuff.
Yes.